So I got a new pieces that I just created. He's starting in 2 minutes. You need any help with anything before I get the smoochie? You see Mr. Smoochie in the pool? How you doing there, buddy? You can go for a swim all by yourself. I would definitely go in. I'm not a big water guy. Wow, you really love it, eh? You know, if you three go in the pool, I will too. If all three of you go in the pool, can I talk to them like this? You sure? Okay, hold on a second. What's that? Yeah. Dexter's like, I didn't even know that. Okay, so I think I'm going to put on the Guys, we're learning a new word today. Ryder does it. Sienna does it. You know their name, right? And you like them a lot, right? So you're going soon? Okay. Okay. Okay, put on the top. Fine. Oh, you bringing them back here? Oh, you're not? Oh, okay, okay, okay. See you later. Take your time and care for it. Hey guys, I'm coming back. You guys should go for a swim, you know. You gotta know what the water's all about. I know, don't look at me. I shouldn't be talking. I should be crying right now. Right? I put any emotion into this. And I'm emotionless. I'm like emotionless. I'm not emotionless. Do I have emotions or no motions at all? Is there a potion in the lotion that mixes my emotion? What is the density and how is the cream created for this potion to have this emotion within the divine time coming in from the sunshine? How's everybody doing today? I hope you heard me. I don't speak for myself, and I do. I make mistakes, most likely on purpose because I go too fast, I don't study enough, and usually because I do things like right now. I'm going to learn something right now. Or I might say something right now that nobody knew before. Well, somebody knew before, but maybe they didn't know with other people to talk to. Did you know this? That L was the 12th letter in the alphabet? Big deal. That O, the 15th letter, is the reverse. Big deal. So we have 3 times 4 equals 12L, and we have 3 times 5 equals 15O. Wow. They're both in the 3rd house on a different level. How's everybody doing? I see Elamia is here with Zeus. You know, Zeus is the king, right? You start at E all the way to Z. The element of aether begins at E. You do not end until you get... Now, E is actually 10, right? And Z, for in Zeus, is not 26, but is now 31. What did I just do? Did I create a new alphabet? Did I reposition and give numbers that have never been given before? I'd like to do a little search online. Okay, we're going to do this little search. Check this out. I have a question for you. Dexter, if you want to go in the water, I promised I would go in the water. Not right now, please. Hold Hold on a second. What is that? You want me to forget what I was talking about? No way, I already forgot. So yes, I want somebody to tell me if they know about realigning the alphabet. Well, if we had to realign the alphabet, how would we do it? How would you do it if you were an AI? I'm going to check the dog. What's up? What's up, dog? You want to play with the ball? Is that what you want? You want the ball? There's the ball. Look, it fell in the park. Get the ball. There you go. Then Dexter, we know you like to play. Dexter doesn't like to sit and do nothing. Dexter has huge emotions. Dexter, what he saw, what he sees, what he learns. Apparently, dogs can learn 156 words. This is what they say. So I base everything on yesterday. That's why I put the title at the top wherever it is, based on yesterday. Not today. Could be today. Might happen tomorrow. But I'm not predicting it. I'm not predicting anything about tomorrow, not even that big old sun in the sky. I'm not going to tell you it's going down tonight, you know. I'm not telling you the sun is going to go down. I'm not telling you the moon is coming out. I'm not going to tell you any of that. You can witness it for your own. Most likely, if you were here yesterday, you saw what happened this morning. You saw what happened last night. This is what I do. Why do I call it Yoshi game, right? Why do I relate this to the Asian? In the Chinese Asian, they have the fifth element. So what am I going to do? If we had the fifth element, they had the fifth element, then I'd have to say 7 times 6, 42. 7 plus 6 equals 13. 13 and 42 equals to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7. 1 times 6, 1 plus 6. The greatest distance, okay, 1 times 6, 1 plus 6 is 7, 6. That when the 1 connects the 6 and the 6, and I come in here holding both the good and the enemy sign, which way will I go? What will I decide? What will I know? What will make the difference in my decisions? Who will push me overboard? Why overboard? Because when I go overboard, I have already made the decision, because I am 70 something plus percent water, which equates to 29. Why does it equate to 29? 70 plus? 7 plus 2 is 9. 0 plus 9 is 9. I have now perfection. I now know the difference. And what was before the 0? We're not going to go there. What was before the 2? It was 0, 1 before the 2. And 0, 1 together, you know what that does, right? It has 2 digits. Okay, got 2 digits. I got 1 plus 0 is 1. And I got a single digit, but I had 2 digits, so I want to give it back. So I split it in half by 2 and get 0.5 and 0.5. So really 1 does what? The highest number is 5 and the lowest is 1. It's between 1 and 5. 2, 3, 4, holding on to your vibration. Or what is 4, 3, 2? 4 times a barking dog. D-O-G equals to 26. There are 26 letters in the alphabet. The house of the dog, the house of the soul, where the cat rides, the 9 lives, 144,000 that go on. So yes, what can I do for you? Oh, the ball again. Where's the ball? Where's the ball? You having a ball, B-A-L-L, 27, 2 L's, 2 wings, 2 12s, 2 souls within the house, joined by a spirit, because we have a joint house. Here we are. This is only about yesterday and how they aligned it. So if you want to know how they aligned it, in bet, they have bet and vet. Big deal, they're words, not my words. And how do I spell it? Do I spell it with a B, and do I spell it with a V? And how do you say vet? And how do I not know it's not a V dot E dot T dot? And the ET in French is the word and. It's also the ampersand. This is what I have been taught. The ampersand is found on the 7 key of my keyboard. The and ampersand and the letter association A-N-D, DNA, equals to what is E-T, a 2-letter and a 3-letter word, explaining the association, okay, of the connection between the two. DNA equals to 19, E-T is 2 letters, DNA is 3. We'll speak about it. Got to get the ball. What's happening there, doggy? We can't let this happen. We're going to play with you a little bit more. You guys, what's happening here, eh, guys? Where's the ball? Hey, we have no water here, eh? We have no water? We need some water, guys. Let's get some water for the boys. Where's a water bowl? Gotta go inside the house, right, guys? What's up? Maybe Willie will show up today. We'll really have a blast. We'll be able to have dogs and cats and birds. word also. One second. Yeah, I want to pull up one of these. Okay. Come, let's go. Now, sometimes you say to yourself, why do animals, like why do two dogs jump on top of each other? Like why do they do that? Okay. Who are we to this air we breathe? You know, we came from what? What was the inception? What did they use those words as? French, English, Spanish, German, French, Hebrew. I don't care what it is. For me, a word is a word. And if translate says I can translate it back to the English and the French and the Spanish and all these languages, it still remains the same word. We all know, right? We all know that we all have one of these and one of these, and we're born with these. And if we're not, they call it deform. We're in another category. What does deform mean? It starts with a D. Roman numerals is 500. Therefore, 256, what is 16 by 16, is only half and only part of before you join the satisfaction of the 512 to the left and the right. Add on another 256. 512 becomes, I think, 768, if I remember correctly. Hey, come here, come here. 512 times 1.5, 768.0678, 21, reverse vibration, 2, 3, 4, 10, 10, 10, 1, 1, 1, the heart of the cube, 1 through 36 equals 666, the heart of the cube is 111, and then it results in what is 555 on the exterior, but in different numbers just to explain different stories. They're non-calculables. Oh, there's the bell. When I say they're non-calculables, if I take 1 divided by 7, it's going to equal 142,857. Now I'm going to write it down. One, 4, 2, 8, 5, 7, 8 and 1, 9, 5 and 4, 9, 2 and 7, 9. It's absolutely perfect. That is what is 1 or 6, right? Divided by 7. Understanding we go from 9 to 8 to 7. Okay, but then we're actually 6 going up to 1. The reversal of the birth of 9, adding the 1 on right away on the entry for the breath. Going on to the 6, creating the 7, bringing two gateways together at 3.5, but you can't live at the 3.5, so you need to expand it by 1, so you live on the bridge between 3 and 4, but it's not 3 and 4, it's 3 and 3 because there is no 4, other than the dual connection around the rim or rib of the cube to the two poles of 14, 7 and 7, other than the one pole of 7, and I'll bring up the other one. And when you say yod, hey, you're actually going, hey, 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 hey. Yod Hey is actually what is hey, hey, hey. Back to the Aztec. It's the 260-day calendar that we run everything off of. I'll bring you into every period of time that you want to go to. You know why? It's nothing to do with me. It's already been pre-created. I created nothing. Why 16? What happens with 16 is this. It's a half dimension in an area of space. 4 and 12, 16. So you have the 12 zodiac signs, and then you go ahead to another 4 zodiac signs, creating what is 1 whole and what is 1/3, right? 1.3, and that is what is 4 divided by 3 equals to 1.333. So because the 147 cycles that we run, and the dates, the Mayan dates, the 25th of July. So why the 25th of July? Why the last 7 in July? What is the first 7 in July? July 7th, July 16th, July 25th. The full week of the first week of July, the full week of the second week of July, the full week of the third week of July, the 21st. And then 1, 2, 3, and then boom, we have the eve, and it falls on the 4th day. It's a split of the 3, 1, 3, 7 days a week that we run. We are the ones connected
creating to make up for the seventh day. May we rest on God's name, wet. The reverse alphabet of A, E, I, O, and U. A, E, I, O, U, A, E, O, U. Switch it. Instead of O for God, we have E for God. Maybe we have Jed. Let's switch the W, reverse alphabet, the 23rd letter, right? Reverse alphabet is the 4th letter. Let's do it to a single digit. It'll be easier. The W is 5. The D is 4. 5 and 4 completes a face of a cube of your 3x3 cubic. Not the one that they posted there. This one would be a 2 and a 4, right? You see, is that the one? Let me see how they did that. Is that the 4? I can't see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Yes, this is the 2, 4, 2, 4. So with the 2, 4, 2, 4 set up, 4 on the top, 4 on the bottom, 2 on each side, right? Depending how you want to split the division and connect it. It's right over here. Then you can do 4 on the sides. So this is a 2, 4. So 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 is 8 and 6. What's 8 and 6? If you go ahead to the game of craps, okay, take a look at how the game is played, the rules and regulations, and you will see what happens during the game. I don't know who this Nicholas is, so I'm not going to accept. Hey, Ben, how you doing? How you doing, Ben? Let me see. Ben, I'm going to ask you to come up, right, before you even ask me. Ben, okay, I just need to get a glass of water. Just don't take over the page. I can't do that. I can't lose what's in my mind, right? I'm even talking to the dogs right now. They have 156 words, right? What they like to do, what they teach them, they retain. So some of those words are outside the realm of what they will learn over their lifetime. Other things they will pick up and retain from their babyhood. I've seen it in many dogs that I've tattered around with, and pigs and chickens and stuff. But anyways, I like to stick on the thing that I was with L and O prior to this, before I invite anybody up. L and O. So 3 times 4, there's a bridge between 3 and 4. The number 3, okay, before anything shifts over or bridges, 3 is the last gate or the last number. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 equals to 6, plus 4 equals to 10, 1 plus 0 equals to 1. It resides at the center, right? Now this thing is that when this 4 comes in and this 4 comes in, there is no 1 cube. It's all that is. It's nothing and everything, but you would never know because it's the air we breathe. The nothing and all, like Pluto. What you don't know, right? And you must deny what you do know, because what do you know of Pluto? You heard it. Where did you hear Pluto? Did you know Pluto before? If you didn't read a book, didn't turn on the radio, would you ever say the word Pluto? Would you ever say the word yo? Y is the 25th letter. O is the 15th letter. Mars is 51, Earth is 52, Jack is 25, the heart is 25 and 52. Add the B to this, which is the reverse alphabet, and you will end up with the breath. Just from this Y, the 25th letter, 2B. Number 25 is Earth to a short count. It is the word Jack to a short count. I will write it down. It's to be, but then again, it might not be, because it says not to be. Now, sometimes I think it's like it's Toby. This word over here, the 2, 2, and 2. The 1 O, singular moon. 2 O's, 2 moons. W is BC, it's communication. It's talking about communication between the 2 moons and the 1 moon. Why mention 3? Because it takes this 3 and these 3 to come together to create an area of space to have one to come into the donut, or what they call rodent coil. Let's go, let's play, let's come on, let's go, let's not park, let's go. Here's an orange ball, man. Let's go, we got a ball. We're having a big time ball. Look, we got a Pluto ball. It's an orange ball. Hey guys, go get that ball. Come get that ball. We know you like to play. These guys are like, let's take a 2-minute break and check out, get some water over here and explain this in the background. So yeah, no, before we go, I mentioned 16. They think about 16, they talk about 16. One thing about 16, it's the only number on the cube, 1 and 6, that when you drill holes through it, that is the only one that will show up 7 on each side. Every other side will be a 5. It will be 20 and 14 equals to 34. Showing you the bridge. Now 5775 is the word I. 5 and 7 is the eye of the pyramid, is what is 676, is what is 575. What is 77 times 75 is 5775. What is the electric moon? What is 75 times 75? What is 75 plus 75 equals 5775. 7 and 5 is 12. 1 and 2 is 3. We have 33. 3 times 3, 3 plus 3. And that's the highest number in French, 69. After that, it's 60 and 10 and 60 and 11 and 60 and 12. 10 through 19, okay, happen 3 times in French. I have to cancel this background. I don't know how to do it. Hey, Dexy, come for a swing. Come good, come on. You can swim over here. No, don't come out. Oh, you goofers. Come on, guys. Oh, my God. What about me? Don't I get a little water myself? What's up there, baby? Hey? What's up there? Oh, look at that. Nice and wet, eh? Look at that. Oh, my God. You like that, eh? Why don't you just jump in, eh? Hey, buddy? Okay, guys. Okay, look at that. We got another ball. So yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. Where's the ball? No, guys, I'm not throwing. You see the way this ball's designed? So this is what I'm talking about, the skeleton universe. Le univers skeleton. C'est le squelette. Il veut dire quoi ça? Où je peux trouver ça? Puis pas juste ça. Quand tu manges une orange, t'enlèves, OK, l'extérieur. Mais comment tu manges l'orange? OK, tu déroules. OK? Puis après, tu remplis avec le sable. Puis l'orange, c'est la communication. Ou le basketball. Puis il va montrer, il y a une division entre les deux parties de 8. C'est 88. Puis après, je lance. How much pressure is in that ball? How is the universe made towards that ball? If that ball was an orange and I opened the orange up just like that ball and opened up each one of those lines and then I filled it with sand, right, and rock over time. And that would be my energy grid, the citrus, the apples in the tree. I would call the fireman. Why would I call the fireman for the apples in the tree? Well, in French, right? In French, apple is pomme, right? And fireman is pompier. And it says apple foot. That's pompier in French, apple foot. And fireman, okay, sorry, that's fireman. And fire truck is, that would just be camion de pompier. So they're always mentioning the apple. So what is the APP? What is the iPad in the apple? Because for me, even though I do the mathematics that work out, what leads me to ask certain questions is everything that's ever been created. We can go back to any period of time you want. Why? Because it's already been created. If you can say it to me, why can't I say it back to you? If you can know it, why can't you teach it to me? The easiest way to just teach it to me is, what do I want to know? Does it already exist? Can everybody on this planet search engine? Can it be found? Can everybody have this inside their house right now? That's how my work works. 99%, let's not say that, but a good percentage of everything I work with, that's 100% guaranteed to serve a well-deserved purpose, is the alphabet. The digits. Even the understanding that it took dots and dashes to connect them to create the digits that they are. I've seen it in school books. So now we know I'm not the only one. We're not the only ones. I'm not the only one. I'm just looking back at their coordination. What does it mean to have 60 minutes? Why can't I have 90 minutes and have the full time? Why do I need 2/3 of time if everything works in full time of 9? Why am I only working in 60 minutes? Shouldn't it be 60 and 30 and be 90 minutes? So let me get back to that 12. So what the 12 is 1, 2, 3, 4. is the connection and the beginning of the first 10. It's a 2.5 average. When you discount what is from the top down at 180 degrees, I say that because it splits and starts there. When you go down below and you go down what is the 90 degree, you go down to 90 degree because in my world, if I go down below the 90 degree, I went under the earth or under the water. So is it an A or a B 90 degree? I'd have to think about that because the B is on the donut. Okay, and if I'm going under the water, how far under the water can I go? Well, according to time, right, the water sign is 4 and 8, and that rests at 120 degrees. Also, at 9, 6, and 3 division on the circle is what is 120 degrees. So I can go down to, okay, 4 o'clock. So 6 o'clock to 4 o'clock, and 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock is 120 minutes. But it's only 60 and 60 degrees, 120 degrees, which is the same thing from 12 o'clock to 10 o'clock. And 12 o'clock Pisces over to 2 o'clock, which is 120 and 120 minutes. Do it by itself, be a penalty in hockey. And at the same time, 60 and 60, leaving 30, 30, a fluttering, right, or hovering aviation over the equator. So now that we have that, to understand that this is the exact position of the Rolex watch 1010. It's also to understand that at the 1010 position, we're talking about division because Pisces is no longer 12 Pisces, it is a 6-6-12 Pisces. It is a 7-5 now Pisces. It is an 8-4 now Pisces. And stop at 8-4 because the Trinity begins at the 8-4 and it bridges with the 3-9, and the 3-9 is the first of its kind where 3 connects to 4, it bridges, and 3 connects to 7, 2 air signs, and now we have Libra connected to Gemini, the first of its kind, also the Hebrew religion, or the Hebrew alphabet, sorry about that, and the Greeks start with Gamma and Gimel, so they're doing the same thing, they're connecting the sound of Gamma and Gamel to the air sign, or is that the camel, CA 3-1, so the 1 times 3-1 plus 3, the AC/DC, the bar mitzvah, the DC, the disconnect, or what is the disconnect, reconnect in multitudes. So when you split this orange apart, one piece of the orange will have a V in it. It'll connect the 2 sides of the other piece of the orange. So you're going to have AB, 3, and then you're going to have BC, 5. So 3 and 5 become the same. So let's look at this. 3 becomes the same as 5, 30 becomes the same as 50. So 20 times 3 is 60, 20 times 5 is 100. 100% of time, 1, 2, 3, 60, 60% of time. Right? 6 parts of time, A, B, C. But when do we begin 1A? Do we begin at 0? Should I go 0, 1, 2 equals to 3? Because that's true. 0 plus 1 plus 2 does equal to 3. I mean, this is what I work with. This is what I work with. This is the wrong truth I'm working with. Well, I may as well stop if nobody can even understand that. I'll get to the calculator. I look in the calculator. I'm always right. I don't understand. 1 plus 2 is 3. And when I divide it by 3, it equals to 1. I got an average of 1. So I work with the minimum, I believe, levels of skill. Like, what we all need is the maximum level of skill that if we don't start with the minimum level, we never get past anything. We need this. It's the understanding of the, can I say diametrics, where all the numbers are and why they're there. Like Rodin's coil is everything is running on an angle. If you ever look at a calculator, right, 1, 5, 9. But if you look at Rodin's coil, it's 1, 5, 9, 13. 1 and 3 is 4, 7, 11. 1 and 1 is 2, 6, 10. So when you're doing Rodin's coil, you do 1, 5, 9, fire. Now you go to 13. 1 and 3 is 4. And now we got water. And now 4 and 4 is 8. Let me see, did I do that right? 1, 5, 9. And then we go to 13. 1 and 3 is 4. So instead of going back to Aries again, now we go to the cycles. We jump. Isn't that crazy? We should be the 13. Well, because if we start the year on Aries 1, we come back to Aries 12 later, that would be 13. But in this case, it's a little different. 1 and 3 equals to 4. Now we have a water sign. Now we know 3 and 4 came together at this point. Well, what happened to the 1? Well, guess what? The 1 is inside 3 cubic. There's only 8 Scorpio connected to the 1 Aries, which is only an association understanding that 1, 2, 3, 4 areas, just adding up those numbers, regardless of what's in those areas, even if the numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, that is 10. 1 plus 0 equals to 1. So we stop at 3. We do A, B, C, D. Now, what do we do at A, B, C, D? We create A, B, C, A, B, D, A, C, D, B, C, D. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. So we create 6, 7, 8, and 9. What is 3 by 3? 9. What is 3 plus 3? 6. And we have created what is AD, 1 and 4, 5, and what is BC, 2 and 3, 5. And when we divide 10, or what is the letter Yod in Hebrew was the 10th letter, by 2, because it's 2 digits, we end up with 0.5, or what is Hey and Hey. And then when they say Yod Hey, Vav Hey, it becomes Hey, 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 Vav Hey. So it's 5, 5, 5, 6, 5. So it's 21 to the left, 11 to the right. It's K and U that comes together. And the 111 that comes together is the heart of 666. 70, 74, 78, 62, 74, 86, 82, 74, 66. That'll be 666. So there's 4 of these that will be created because of the number system the way it is in the 4th dimensions of numbers. And then I'm taking a break. And what the 4th dimension is numbers in the lower base, and I mean just to stop at the first 4. And one of the reasons why you can't figure out some of these things is that when you get to a higher base of numbers, you can't reduce it just like that. You have to understand how it was built up. For instance, 1 divided by 3, okay, is going to equal to 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. But if I multiply it by 3, I only get 9, 9, 9. Why don't I get 3? The 3 comes within itself that you started with. 3 by 33 is 99. 3 plus 33 is 36. It equals to 135. It says ACE. Let me do it again. 3 by 33 equals to 99. 3 plus 33 equals to 36. It equals to 135. It also equals to what is 36. Why? 6 and 9 is 15, right? And 3 and 9 is 12. You remember the LO that came together, 3 and 6? 1, 3, and 5 says ACE. These, each one, hold the head of the doghouse. Look at the cube. You will see. This one also converges over to 6 and 9. The multiplication of the individual area space, playing its own role, 3 times 3, 3 plus 3, equals to 15. 1 and 5 equals to 6. So then we would have 18. 3 by 6, 18. 3 plus 6, 9 equals to 27. That's the house we're in. We're in the house of 8. B and Y. Or you can call it B and E if you want. Okay, so yeah, we need a break because I need a little bit of water, and I'm not happy with what I'm seeing on the table, but wasn't sure what it was. Look, just found a branch on the table. Could be dangerous to the dogs. Hey guys, what happened? Why are you talking? I'm getting some water. We're going on break. 5 minutes. How's everybody doing? Want to make sure I charge this. I'm only at 31%. We're out here in the snowstorm today. It's not what they call it when the sun comes out in the summer. Snow. Okay, so what did we write down here? Where were we? Don't let this all blow away. I want to get into this one day, right? Yellow is 92. Okay, I got to take my 5-minute break here. Maybe I'll leave something up. Hold on a second. I'm going to let somebody come up after this. I'm going to... hey, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here, come here. Let me see if there's any errors in here quickly. Okay, so let me just make... Yeah, I'm hoping, so the Schumann resonance, okay, 783 is right here. You don't see it because it's in the It's on the donut of Rodin's coil. You see, whatever is disclosed, right, without has a division. You see this is a perfect division, right? Perfect division, fair and square. But the Earth cube is not like that. It splits area spaces. It creates cells. It creates 4 cells in the 2, 4, 6, 8 position. And 2 and 8 will run one of those cells, and 4 and 6 will run those cells. But when we run the 4, 6 cell, the 1, 6, the 2, 5 is apparent. When we run the 4, 6 cell, the 3, 4 is apparent. That when you roll the dice, it's what's looking up and what's looking down. All right, take a look at this, and the double up. This is 2, 1, 6. This is 7, 8, 3. Running the second realm. Okay, come on, guys. Oh, we're gonna fill this up with water, right? That's what I said. Don't forget, sleepyhead. That's why you brought the. Isn't that why you did a live today? So you didn't forget. You'd have 500 million people like saying, "Hey, feed the dogs." And okay, where's the wire? Where's the end of this wire? Hold on a second. Hold on. There's got to be an end to it. Oh, you have it in your hand. There it is. Cool. Okay, so. Okay, there's a timer on it. I didn't know. Okay, give me a minute. Just gonna get something to drink. Guys, come here. Guys, come here. I'm gonna call all day long, okay? Give it a couple of minutes. How's everybody doing? Maybe I'll put my phone on, a little music. Yeah, that's what I'll do. How's everybody doing? I got to run up to the house. How you guys doing? Hey, the company of the dogs. How you guys doing? I got 3 dogs here, you know. I feel like I'm playing with the tarot cards. DOG 415, right? Hold on a second. I got to talk lower. I'm outside. So DOG, and we have 4 and 15 and 7 equals 2. 26. We also have the reverse of dog. Well, it's going to say it's a wet dog. Well, because the reverse alphabet of E is O. Reverse alphabet of the rest of GD is what the wet dog is. So we revert the 6 into a 5. Isn't that pretty cuckoo? So, and we also have to keep creating that point because it's always the point shared with the 2. Otherwise, it's going to create a duality. Right? Like this pen becomes the single pole. Which side of the pole you on? Hold on a second. We're going to break the equator. Which side of the pole you on, right? This is where Jack comes in, right? Because Jack is connected all the way up to the spinning of the wrist. Jack is here. Here's the pole. That's the 10th one. Look at that. So you connected. Check this out. The only thing I connected is I got the pole, and now I got the telephone. See? The telephone is 5 and 1. The dot and the dash. So it is both. Which one is 5 and which one is 1? I only have 1 thumb, so I'll count this one as 5. But then I'll count 1, 2, 3, 4 because I only have 1 thumb. So this will be the 4 and this will be the 1. But do animals have these, or do dogs do, or what they refer to these? Doesn't matter right now. Just to let you know that leave nothing out. There's nothing that's left out. I might not say something, and so what it is consciousness coming together. When there's a panel here, or when we can get together and think. When this page comes up, what this page is about, you show up, someone shows up, and I just share what I see. This is what I observe. This is what I see, and I'm telling stories over time. If you see the same thing, that's great. If you would like to participate, that's even better. What you ask me is something I don't know. But when you ask me, there's a very good chance I will know. I will look at it immediately. There will be a story. The thing about this is there are certain rules to follow right now, and that is to find what we all know, what we all can find. If they said ben or bend or ing, all these combinations, they happen. But what happens when ing happens with an R? You got a ring. And if you got a ring, well, somebody will show up with the S and they will sing. You know, maybe it'll be a wedding, the double D. Masculine bar mitzvah. The 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 for 7. The 2 times 2, 2 plus 2 is 4 and 4, 8. We have 78, 87. The tarot cards come together. Silver cord. 1 times 7, 1 plus 7. It's all about the correlation of how digits, dots, and dashes creating the alphabet. What we have to do to understand how the alphabet is built towards the grid. Who decides on the size of the grid? Not me. Then who decides? Well, the grid goes like this. It's all and all that we know. So that would be 1 and 9, 2 and 8, 3 and 7, 4 and 6. 5 and 5 makes it all fair because I connected it just like the cube and just like the astrology is connected. So I changed nothing over time. I didn't put the 1, 4, 7, 2, 5, 8, 3, 6, 9 in order. It was on the calculator, the telephone, and the ATM. I didn't put that there and the 4 block spaces with 9 dots. I didn't put these 9 here. That will have 4 dots in between and 4 dots in the top. Why? This and those dots you saw before are practically the same. The other one was what is a 2 square or what is a 3 dot square or cube. This one is a 4-3. It'll be a 4x4 dot to a 3x3 square of what you see. I'm going to be back. Oh yeah, I said I'm going to put on that song. So I really, really like this song. I like all the songs. Boy, it disappeared on me.
Across the north wind, across the cold sea, we count the rhythm of the universe. Numbers move the stars and numbers move the tides, and every letter in the alphabet is a bone in the skeleton of time. This one's for Javi, Willie, and Lionel, for Bubby and Zadie, for Lily and Mary, Rachel, Lionel, Ben, Lazarus, Light, for all those before me, for all those after me, for every aunt and uncle whose footsteps echo through the rain.
I gotta move my plate. I have no power.
This one is a spark in the darkness of space. 2 is the rhythm the heartbeat pace. 3 makes the triangle spinning the sky. 4 builds a bridge where the worlds pass by. 3 to 4 is a doorway.
Not getting any power.
Turning in space or time. Straight across the cube it goes. Bridge of the numbers the universe knows. 6 faces turning in silent light.
Yeah, you gotta give me a minute. I don't get it. I can't get this thing running with power. I don't get it. I don't get it. Just hold on a second. I'm gonna check I think they shut off the power everywhere. Oh, and this is way too loud here. Oh, here I got power. Okay. Just give me a minute. Oh, look. It's a power plug. Look at that. Another plug? No way. Oh, no, oh, no, not that. Okay, just give me a minute. Wow, I lose so much energy doing this. It's so pathetic. After 22 years, I can cry. It's the only thing I can cry about in my life. Pathetic. That's what it is. Those are the bumps in the road. So when you're growing up and getting older and learning things on your own, even if we still have our 20 participants over 20 years, at least we're getting 1 a year. Thank God. Somebody sent me 1 fan. I got a fan base, you know. And all that water, eh? How much water? You know, 72% Everything I do is used by water. I'm just like one of those stations. You know, why am I one of the? Because that's my whole body. You know, nothing is working here. Just absolutely nothing. So I'm gonna have to just give me a second. I'm going to go back, I think, upstairs, and that's it. I'm just gonna go be comfortable. Thought I would be okay over here, but oh, wait a second. Unless this, hold on a second. Whoop. Yeah, I put on these top two. I hope they're plugs for outside. Take a look. Yeah, everybody take a break. Take a break. Well, no. So, okay. Just give me a minute.
Stuffed when moving through the night, words becoming waves of light. Every tongue and every breath carries life beyond the death. Dog in the yard hears the tone, cat on the roof guards the phone. Every creature plays a part in the rhythm of the cosmic heart. Bonjour la terre, écoute bien. Les nombres ouvrent les chemins. Logos whispers in the air. Every sound already there. Neon shining desert wide. Neon shining desert wide. Rolling rivers made of pride. Cards on tables, dice that spin. Numbers chasing loss and win. From Reno Hills to Vegas lights. Machines awake through endless minds. But high above the desert sand, ancient watchers guard the land. No more chains and no more spin. Truth begins beneath the din. Under the sun and under the moon, every number finds its tune. Doghouse standing in the sand, compass turning through the land. Le chien garde la
Ollie,
maison,
let's go.
le chat parle à l'oreille. The rules of the games. Every game has rules to play. Night and morning, dark and day. Hockey skates across the ice. Baseball throws the spinning dice. Soccer runs from field to field. Every move a troop revealed. Casino table shining bright. Follow laws of chance and sight. Every rule a mirror shows how the hidden balance flows. Dog keeps a watch on earth below. Send signals as they go. Under the sun and under the moon, every number finds its tune. Doghouse standing in the sand, compass turning through the land. Oh, letters marching line by line, turning breath to living sign. From A to Z, the voices run, orbiting the cosmic sun. Every word a coded stream, carrying the ancient dream. Dans le vent, les mots voyagent entre la terre et les nuages. L'almost travel star to star, showing who we really are. Geometry of the house. 2 and 2 become the floor. 3 above becomes the door. Odd between the even stands, joining all the mirrored lands. 4 directions hold the ground. 8 more turning all around. Sticks of light begin to rise, building houses to the skies. Triangles forming the eyes, cat of air across the skies, guardian below the beam, messenger inside the dream, walking plank from 3 to 4, opening the silent door between the beams. The signals flow where the hidden pathways go. Dans la maison du soleil, les animaux font conseil. In the meadow clover grows, where the patient farmer knows life returns through turning days in mysterious quiet ways. Pig walks slowly through the land, keeper of the soil and sand, cycle moving deep and wide like the rhythm of the tide. Barn and kitchen, flame and grain, all the earth returns again. Under the sun and under the moon, every rhythm finds its tune. Dog and cat and earth and star teach us who we really are. Vegas fading.
Okay, so just give me 2 more minutes, all right? I'll be there in 2 more minutes.
Between the stars and hearts of men, Lobos guiding through the night toward the rising of the light. Listen close and you will hear every sound both far and near. Games and numbers, words and signs, hidden maps between the lines. Dog still watches, cat still speaks across the valleys and the peaks. Every rule becomes the key, opening eternity. And the doghouse under the sun holds the song of everyone. Icelandish, Celtic, smooth.
Raphael outmixed the science, the zodiac structure, the moon phases in your cube. Fractal ideas into one unified song. The way you asked, I'll also keep the Celtic, Icelandic haunted tone with jazz fusion from your second piece. But first, a quick grounding of the structure you're referencing. Real sky structure. There are 88 official constellations defined by the International Astronomical Union. The sun travels through 12 zodiac constellations like Leo, Libra, and Capricorn. The moon cycles through 8 phases as it orbits Earth. The zodiac qualities repeat in 3 modes: cardinal, fixed, mutable. So the cosmic structure is roughly 8 moon phases, 12 zodiac sectors, 88 constellations.
Okay, let's see if this is working better. Yes, it is much better. Everything is blown around, but that's okay. I'm going to slow down now a little bit. Right? No use going so fast. I'll go fast for a little reason. See if I can stick this pad like this. So we're down to 1 now. Okay, that's fine. Trying to figure out how to X this out. Okay, good. So who's here now? Who is here? Is anybody here right now? Well, I've already explained this in a video before, so I'm going to re-explain it. 846153. This is the division of 13. It's also what is, okay, 1 level prior to what is the Schumann resonance of 783. The Schumann resonance, I'm trying to see, do I have it on here? I'm hoping that I put it in here. Yeah, I gotta remove myself from this camera here. It's not good. So let's see if this is complete or incomplete. Okay, so everybody should know the Schumann resonance, right? It's like starting over, right? Ben, tu vois-tu ça? Tu connais-tu? Tu comprends-tu? Tu connais-tu comment ça fonctionne? Qu'est-ce que je l'avais mis ici? Je l'ai jamais vraiment vérifié si tout est correct. Puis les triangles que ça envoie, c'est tout ce qui entre le 3, 6, 9. Même si le triangle est viré, c'est juste un autre numéro sans avoir des connexions mathématiques au cause de le squelette qui fait la formation. Ah, nice. Nice, yes. Tous les animaux de le zodiaque sur le bateau, 2 par 2, pour Dieu de 2, de la ciel de 1, et tous, divisés, et devenir la moitié de chaque côté, et la moitié de toi, et les deux côtés de savoir. Et sur tous les côtés, que quand tu fais le final de 0, sur toutes les étapes, et où tu vas trouver le plus de 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 0. 1 plus 0 égale 0.5 E. Après ça, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. 2 plus 0, 2. Divisé par 2, 1 puis 1. Se dit le 2, c'est vraiment le 1. So what the number system we run, or I understand the digits we use and what I use for the game I present in front of you on the social media page, TikTok, or other social media pages. I upload everything to the YouTube channel. Excuse me for the wording. I don't know how to speak language yet properly. But I am understanding what has been created, regurgitating everything, reading it back, and liking to be judged upon my observation. Needing to be judged. If I am not judged, then what good is the story that I reveal, that it should be true or false, that it can be there or it's not there, that I see it or I don't, that I'm making it up or I'm not. It's not true 26 letters. It's not true 260 days of the Aztec. Nothing that I read is real, but it's still a story. Do I believe the story? Does it really matter? The story is there. It's been sold. It's been accepted, and it is fact-checked. If it's Einstein 1776, and the waterways of Neptune connected to Scorpio, connected to 6-2, connected to 5-3. Why did I stop? 6-2 and 5-3. Why didn't I go on? Because 1 and 7 is a singularity that encompasses the 2-6 and what is the 5-3 electric company connecting to what is the 1 times 3, 1 plus 3, connecting to the 1 times 2, 1 plus 2. Communication of AD with BC, the house of Bet Vet. Who is here? Who is here? Reveal yourself. Ask me a question. Let's go over something. If you can learn something, I can learn something. If you can observe and show me I'm wrong somewhere or something's wrong in this or something you can't understand, I'd like to see it myself to explain it. What this is like opening a puzzle without knowing the picture and just seeing the pieces. So I'm trying to bring the pieces closer together. This page, this game, this study of the alphabet over the last 21 years, do it be it that most of them are lost and behold all that is today.
Hello,
Hey, Ben.
how are you?
I am well, my friend. I am well.
Good, good. Oh, tell me.
J'écoute.
Bah, moi aussi, mon ami, je t'écoute. Tu m'as invité, je
OK.
suis venu avec plaisir.
Je veux, quand j'ai dit Einstein tantôt, je vais te dire pourquoi, OK? Parce que le mot Einstein, la lettre E, la lettre I, la lettre N, la lettre I, la lettre E, la lettre N, ça c'est une, comment tu dis ça?
Un flux.
En anglais, je veux savoir, si je connais des choses en anglais, je connais en français. It's, hold on, something that repeats. Tu connais-tu le jeu de Sickbo, S-I-C-B-O?
Je sais pas.
OK, mais si tu recherches le jeu en ligne, là, il va me montrer toutes les combinaisons avec 3D. Ça, c'est qu'est-ce que je prends pour mes numéros pour comprendre l'alphabet. Pour comprendre, pas l'alphabet, excusez-moi, pardon, pas l'alphabet. Territoire et position. La chose que j'ai commencé, c'était pas vraiment basé sur l'alphabet, c'était vraiment territoire et position. L'alphabet
Oui,
est rentré dans un territoire et une position.
oui, c'est ça. Je suis d'accord avec toi.
OK. Qu'est-ce qui est tout en rond? C'est tout en rond de le point de départ.
Un rond pi.
Un rond, pi. OK, oui. Pi, là, tu sais quoi, pi? C'est le cœur qui bat dans toi, qui fait le
Yes.
rond. La raison qu'on est pi, la seule raison qu'on est pi, c'est parce qu'on est 4. Mais on peut pas plugger et jouer le 4 parce que le 4, c'est la maison. Nous autres, c'est le
Oui,
1 de le 4. Mais on connecte à 3. On connecte 1 de 3, 1 de 4, 1, 3, 4 et 2, 3, 4. Ça, c'est 1, 2, 3, 4. On compte 1 de 3. On compte 1, 2, 3, 6 et 2, 3, 4, 9. 3 fois 3, 3 plus 3. Puis la langue française, OK, il dit 69 et après, c'est fini. Il n'y a plus de numéros après ça. Même il saute une étape. Parce que
oui,
à 60, il dit 60 et 10.
oui, yes. You know why? Because 6, 7, take 6 became 73. Enveloppé. Enfin, je sais pas si tu vois ce que je veux dire.
6 est tombé quoi?
No?
Attends une minute, je suis obligé de répondre. 6 est tombé quoi?
Non, non, j'ai pas compris, mon ami.
Oh non, mais toi, tu me dis que quelque chose est tombé 73.
73, c'est enveloppé. Enveloppé.
OK, oui. Parce que qu'est-ce que ça arrive quand tu pars de 1 à 13, une étape de signe zodiaque de
Oui,
Aries à Aries. Numéro 2. Quand elle revient à une place, est-ce qu'on revient au cœur de le territoire? Parce qu'un territoire, il y a un
Non.
cœur, puis le cœur, c'est 18. C'est 18 par cœur.
Yes, yes, yes.
Mais c'est une demi d'un par cœur 18. C'est un 36, 36, 36, 108.
Yes.
Sais-tu pourquoi? Tu as besoin, quand tu parles de le, when you speak of the Vitruvian man, your 2 feet are spread here. Il y a des 2 pieds de toi ici, puis 2 pieds de l'autre et l'autre. C'est 6
Oui.
pieds. Puis quand il enterre 6 pieds, mais 6 pieds à 5 doigts de chaque pied, c'est 30 puis 30, c'est 60.
Oui.
Plus les multiplications fois ici, quand tu es 30 ici, OK, 30 fois 4, c'est 120. Silvergate Liberation, don't count this one. Ça, c'est 30 fois 2, 60. Parce que le pouce, il y a 2. Ça, c'est il y a 3. C'est quoi la différence entre le 2 et le 3? Le 2 cube, il y a 8. Le 3 cube, il y a 27.
Oui. C'est la danse
Puis ça,
des
c'est
nombres. C'est la danse
Puis
des nombres.
ça ici, OK, tu peux faire ça plusieurs de manières. Si tu es un milieu avec un rond, tu as besoin extérieur avec un rond. Ou pas un rond, mais une séparation. Parce que c'est la séparation que j'ai expliqué qui donne ton 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 360. Mais tu prends juste la moitié. 9, 9, 18, 9, 9, 18. Le cube est fait exactement comme ça.
Oui.
Mais quand tu es 9, 9, 18, tu es 6 et 1, 7. Mais j'ai dit 18, oui, parce qu'il manque le 11. Attends une minute, on va juste montrer l'autre. Is it this one? No, is it this one? This one? This one? Attends une minute. Mais tu veux ça, Yoshi, hein? On va parler de ça aussi bientôt. OK, OK. Ben Yoshi, sais-tu pourquoi Yoshi? Parce que les Y, c'est la 25e lettre. Il renverse à la lettre B. 2. Alpha, bêta. OK? Il fait rien. Il fait le transport, il fait le passage, les lunaires. OK?
Yes.
Puis qu'est-ce qu'il prend pour alpha, bêta, qui dirige, qui tire par ça? Le 3 création, mais pas nous autres, le 3. C'est l'esprit avec l'âme dans nous autres qui l'amène pour promener. C'est pour ça qu'on ne compte pas le 4e jamais, parce que c'est nous autres les pieds sur terre. Quand tu prends le tétrahedron, les 3 côtés, de 4 côtés, parce que c'est 1, 2, 3 opposés à 120 degrés qui possèdent une base. Puis quand la base est finie, quand chaque côté tourne, que je l'ai montré dans une photo, c'est le trèfle. Chaque trèfle, il y a 3 balles pour faire un triangle dans le milieu ou l'étoile de David.
Yes. Sauf qu'il y a l'étoile avec 12 et l'étoile 13. 13 pétales, 13, axe 13, axiome 13 ou 12.
C'est que l'action 12, OK, va faire un 12 passage qui fait le tour de 4. Puis dans le zodiaque, le 12, ça finit le premier string de 12, puis le prochain, il arrive à 4. Parce que les numéros dans une cube à 9, c'est 4 pour le bas et 4 pour le haut, 4 chiffres et 4 chiffres et 4 chiffres et un chiffre pour connecter. 1, 4, 4. Mais quand tu connectes 3 territoires, X, 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 c'est la complétion de 1, 2, 3, 4 égale 10. Ça, c'est le X en roman numéral. 3X, X fois X fois X, 10 fois 10 fois 10, ça fait en 1000 de ton 4, 1, 4 ou 1, 4, 4 de 1000 qui se parle de. Mais il parle pas de juste 144 000. Qu'est-ce qu'il parle de 1000? C'est 0, 0, 0, point et un 1. Où il parle de 1000 pour avoir 4 territoires, 2 d'un côté et 2 sur l'autre. De quelle manière il veut calculer ça? Ou de 3 d'un côté, puis 1 sur l'autre. 1, 3, 4, 2, 2, 4, 2 fois 2, 4, 2 plus 2, 4, 4 et 4, 8. 1 fois 3, 1 plus 3, ça fait 7 et 8. Ça, c'est en Silvergate.
114. Si je te dis la gate, gate 114.
Oui, 114, 6 fois 19.
Yes. Et ben, c'est la bonne porte, c'est 114. Avec 114, tu peux avoir énormément de formes. Avec 13, en fait, tu sais 13. Après, en fait, c'est comme des carrés magiques, des suites de nombres. Et il faut tomber sur 114. Pas sur 113, pas 115, pas 116, pas 117, pas 118. D'abord 114 pour pouvoir avoir un 118 qui est comme il faut. Je sais pas si ça te parle, mon ami.
OK. Numéro un, il y a des strings. OK. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 6, 5. OK. Ça marche comme ça. Pourquoi? On va pogner chaque région de 3, 6, 9. Tu pognes 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Tu vas toujours pogner. Ça va être le cardinal. Ça va être le fixe. Ça va être le mutable. Dans la création de les numériques, le code binaire singulaire, il passe, OK? Le premier deux, il passe ici, OK? 1, 2, 4, 8. Mais pourquoi on va à 7? OK? J'ai juste de montrer. J'ai juste, attends une minute, il y a beaucoup de vent. Le 1 fois 3, le 1 plus 3 égale 3, 4, 7. Ça, c'est une compte. There is no 4. The 4 is the 3 on the other side. Quand moi, je fais une démarche pour l'autre part, c'est le 4, mais c'est pas le 4, c'est le 3. 3, 4, même maison.
En fait,
Earth
oui,
and
moi,
Mars, same house.
je suis d'accord avec toi. C'est comme si à chaque fois, il y a un plus. En fait, on avait dit une fois, les nombres ont des propriétés. Et quand tu passes de 4 à 5, le 4 est intégré dans le 5 et tu le vois plus. Et en fait, c'est comme ça. C'est un jeu de cache-cache entre les nombres, entre les propriétés. Et le 4, quand il passe au 5, c'est une évolution. Et les nombres sont le reflet de structure, de complexité de structure de plus en plus imbriquée. Et ça t'ouvre des gates, des portes dans le champ des possibilités de la structure. En fait, c'est des séquences, comme des séquences ADN, mais c'est mathématique, qui après vont te donner quelque chose. Je sais pas comment m'expliquer mieux.
Yeah, ben, tu sais que moi, je prends pas de côté. J'étudie qu'est-ce que je vois devant moi. Comme, tu check ça. Ben, oui, je comprends. C'est exactement ça. C'est juste, mais c'est simple. C'est tout ça. Le 1, 3, 5, là, c'est tout. Oublie le reste. Sais-tu pourquoi? Pourquoi on va oublier le reste? On va oublier le 2 et le 4. Ça fait le 6. C'est pour ça que je vais faire ça. Mais 5 et 1 fait le 6. Mais le 3, il fait le 3, 3, 3, 3 pour faire le 6. De les deux côtés. Le 3, 3 fait le 6. Le 5, 1 fait le 6. Le 6, c'est le 6 de 3, 3 qui fait le 6. So, avec ça, le 1, 3, 5, OK, c'est le A, le C et le I. Ace. Ces trois lettres-là, renversées 6 et 1, 7. Le 5 et 3 va aller avec le 2 qui 4 qui manque. Tout est enveloppé entre le 1 et 6. Les 12 signes, il y a 12 territoires sur le bloc qui enveloppent l'or dans le milieu. Quand tu viens les premiers 4 numéros, c'est fini. Le éther, là, est partagé à tout le monde qui vient sur la planète. Dans la 5e position, juste dans l'astrologie chinoise, il commence avec le rat. Il commence avec le numéro 39. 3, 9, un tiers. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4. 10, 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 30. 3 fois la différence. 18 et 21. 6 fois 3, 7 fois
My
3.
friend.
C'est dans la 6e manche de baseball, 7e manche de baseball. Puis maintenant, il prend le break. Il chante. Go.
Yes. L'or, le carré d'or qui est au milieu, qui est entouré par les 12, il est sur un angle, ce qu'on appelle l'angle serpentaire, 137,5 degrés. Ça te parle, mon ami?
OK, juste laisse-moi voir ça pour une seconde. J'ai besoin de tosser mes tapis. OK, give me a second. OK. 3, 1, 2, 3. Est-ce que tu peux multiplier 3, ça fois 4? Est-ce que ça donne 4 fois ça, ça donne 2 fois ça donne 2,75? C'est ça?
Ah, je sais pas.
Ça donne 2,60. Ah oui, parce que quand tu as une pointe, OK, c'est le milieu de quelque chose qui est ajouté un zéro. C'est comme, je vais expliquer les choses de zéro, comment ça fonctionne avec le zéro après. Ça, vraiment, le zéro est comme ça. Check. Parce que tu as besoin juste, quand tu as fini et tu commences le jeu, là, tu as besoin fini. Tu vois-tu le gap dans le bracelet? Nous autres, c'est le boule.
Ouroboros, là, le serpent qui se mord la queue. Sauf que le serpent, il peut attraper la queue si on rajoute le morceau qui manque. Et c'est le plus 1.
Voilà. Ça, c'est en 1, 9, 0 qui s'est assemblé ensemble. Parce que quand tu arrives à le 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Boum, commence. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 1 plus 0, 1. 12, 1 puis 2, 3. 14. OK, 16. OK, 18.
Yes, pile.
20.
3, 14.
Commence. Now, quand tu fais 3, après tu fais 6. Après tu fais 9. Après tu fais 12. Mais le 12, c'est le 3. 6, 9, 3. Mais quand tu reviens à 30, tu fais ton étape. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40. OK, on recommence à 4. 5, 10, 15, 20.
Essaye 42.
Next.
42. Faut qu'on arrive sur 42.
OK, 42, qu'est-ce qui s'arrive à 42? Ça vient avec la balance dans soi nous. Parce que c'est nous autres, c'est le milieu qui est assemblé, la dualité en 13.
Oui, 42.
Qu'est-ce que ça arrive? C'est une maison soit gauche ou droite. Les Aztèques, ils disent c'est la maison droite de 14. La maison de nous autres est supposée commencer à 14 puis finir à 26. Puis après l'alphabet, il commence d'une autre manière. Peut-être Z14 ou N14.
Non, c'est 114. 114. Le 1, one mort. 1 devant le 1. 14, it's not 14, 114.
OK. Le 11, OK, ces deux chiffres, ça donne 85. Pourquoi ça donne 85? Parce que 1 et 8, 9, et 4 et 5, 9. C'est juste pour ça, pour voir c'est quoi l'eau en haut puis l'eau en bas. Puis quand tu vas, c'est quoi ton premier chiffre encore?
Ouais, donc non.
Non, mais tu m'as juste donné deux chiffres.
42.
OK.
114.
0, 1, 2, 3, 6 est avant, divisé par 4 maisons, 1.5 la maison, territoire Mars, qui est avant toi. Le 4 commence la nouvelle maison à 2.
Et l'autre maison,
c'est où le tiers commence 2, 5.
L'autre maison, c'est Vénus. Ouais. Mars, Vénus et Soleil en Gémeaux.
Vénus 2, Vénus 4, Vénus 6, Vénus 8. Vénus 4, 1, Vénus 4, 6, 1, Vénus
114. 114. FL 114, Flévorium. Fleur de Vénus 114.
OK. Ici, tu connais-tu ça? Qu'est-ce qui va arriver avec ça? C'est que le 6 et le 1 égale 7. Sur le 1, il va y avoir 8 territoires qui vont être restés. 1 et 8 égale 9. 2 et 7 égale 9. 5 et 4 égale 9. C'est-à-dire, avec 1, t'es 8. Avec 3, t'es 6. Avec 5, vous avez 4. Avec 6, vous avez 3. Et il arrive deux fois. Le 3, 4, 5, 6. Le 365.4 jours de l'année arrive deux fois. Les autres chiffres, sauf le 9 qui arrive souvent et toujours, c'est que le 2, 7 et 1, 8 arrivent une fois. 1 fois 7, 1 plus 7, 7 et 8. 7 fois 8, 7 et plus 8, et 15, 71 de Silvergate. Et cette réponse ici. 2 fois 2, 2 plus 2. Ça, c'est la communication. Pourquoi c'est la communication? Je vais remontrer. C'est parce que le 6 et 4, c'est 10. OK? Excusez-moi. Je ne veux pas mettre ça comme ça. 2 fois 5 sur un cube va donner nous autres 2 fois 2. C'est 10 donne 4 et 4 donne 10. Mais 1 et 3 est aussi 10. Mais ce 10, il vient le renvers de 6 et 3 était 9, puis 1 et 8. Mais envoie pas ça, qui donne l'autre 10. Attends une minute, je vais essayer le vent, c'est un peu trop de concentrer. Now I've just lost my place. Right. You, mes autres cubes. OK, mais peut-être j'ai une cube ici, s'il vous plaît. Pas dans mes... Oh oui, OK. Quand vous avez le 6... Hold on a second. 6, 4. 10. 6 fois 4. 6 plus 4 égale 20. Let's do that. Six fois 4, 6 plus 4 égale 24, égale 10, égale 34, égale 7. OK? Ça, c'est ça. Je vire l'autre côté, c'est 1 et 3. 1 fois 3 égale 3. 1 plus 3 égale 4. 4 et 3 égale 7. J'ai 7 et 7. J'ai fait un pont sur 7, 7 avec 3, 4. C'est tout
Attends,
tes
je reviens,
chiffres,
mon
t'es
ami, j'ai un
commencé.
truc à faire, je reviens plus tard. Je dois partir, frère,
J'ai
je
pas
reviens plus
compris.
tard, mon ami. Je dois partir,
Attends,
mon
va-
ami, je reviens plus tard. Bye bye, my friend.
Take care. May the power be with you. Goku! Wow! Oh, the dogs just woke up. Yeah, I was talking about Zeus, right, a little bit a while ago. So what it is about the name of Zeus, and yeah, I was speaking a little bit of what they call français. So français is F-R-A-N-C-A-I-S, but in English it's French, F-R-E-N-C-H. So the English started in the divided house, or in one territory of the divided house, as the third letter is E. Now, français is that what is divided within the house spins around the A, right? The three sides of the tetragrammaton is that A. We're only seeing face value of the A. But when you split the A down the center, and my question is, if it's split from this corner all the way to here, right? That changes the angle of square all the way to here. That might run my 120 odd degrees that I've been looking for the rectangle versus the rectangle H and I. You know what I'm saying? H and I, water and earth, water and earth. If I go to this corner, I got fire, fire, whoop, fire. I got air, I got air. Where's the next air? Oh, it's over there. Well, you can't see it. It's over there, or it's over there. When you count by threes, 1, 4, 7, 10, 2, 5, 8, 11, 3, 6, 9, 12, you have all your signs. The game of roulette shows you this this connection 3 times in the game. So it goes over the game 3 times before it connects. So 3 times 12 equals to 36. And then there's the connection in the next game. And that connection begins at 37, and then it runs all the way to 72, and then the next connection is at 73 and runs all the way over to 108, and then 109 the train comes on to Capricorn Sagittarius, and then it runs on to 144. So we did level 1, which was 1 through 36A, then B, 37 through 72, then C, right, was 73 through 108, and 109 through 144 we stop. D, we stop. That's the way the mirrored house works. A, B, C, D, that's it. 4 below, 4 above, 1 in between that connects with all the cubes, all the sides. So yeah, I was going to speak about the E. And what is about the E is that the totality of all of what the lower of ABC talks about is talking about E and J. It talks about J-E, talks about joy. I don't say it that way because the E itself, talking about what is the ABCD house, is when you get A and B equals to C, and B and C equal to E. Did I get that right? And C and D equals to G. Now let me just see if I get this properly. A and C equals to D. Did I get A, B, C, D? A, B, C, D, E. Oh, F. A and E equals to F. So the first time the F begins is when A and E match. Now A is a dot and E is a line according to, I'm not really sure how the calendars work. Is it the Aztec? Is it the Sunstone? It's a dot and a dash. I'm just trying to remember what my thought was here. Hold on. Yes, the dot is 1. And the dash is 5. And the first time that 5 comes about for myself is when I split 0 in half. I end up with EE, or 2 halves, because the representation of 1 split equals to 5 and 5. So when I split the ace in half, what is 1, right? When I split 1 in half, it creates 5, 5. So what is the reality of the circle? And when you split a circle in half, just to let you know, you are at 18. This circle splits at 18 and splits at the understanding of the surface area of 9 or 90 above and 90 below. But east to west, it's all the way around 18. 18 by 18 is 324. 3 times 2 times 4 equals to 24, and 9 equals to 33. There are no more numbers than that of what is. Seven, 17, up a level. What is 1 and 7, 8? What is 7 to its own zone? 1 and 6, 2 and 5, 3 and 4 equals to 7, or 34, 43. But they are not the same. 4 groups of 3, 3 groups of 4. What we thought we knew, we still know. Or what we thought we didn't know, now we do know. Or is it possible? I have to check it out. So I might have to move. I'm not sure if this thing is twisting and turning, but it's windy outside. And strawberry plants are very resilient. I'm not sure where it is in the background. Oh, up there. Yeah. It was done for the season. Roast and toast. Gave not one strawberry. Just kept watering it. And lo and behold, the roots survived underneath the storm. Same with whatever else is popped up. I think I got radishes in there too. We'll see in a couple of weeks. Look at that. What is that? 2 weeks now? Just popped all the way back. You know what they call this, eh? Apparently it's whoopee. Look at that. Hey buddy, you're standing on guard while the sheep sleep, eh? Imagine we got a dog that looks at the sheep, and this one's a curly-haired dog, eh? So yeah, so I mentioned the French. Why do we have to say, like, this is where I find the algorithms. So we're saying something in French and Francais. We changed a complete word. Why? Who did it? Why did they do it? So the new people, the left and the right, or the systems, I mean, I need to completely eliminate human beings. This is the building of a machine, the dots, the squares, the dashes, every single dot and understanding every single number will create an area space, a position, a connection. What is 11? It's a connection of 5 numbers. Okay, 11 connects 5 numbers. Is that true? Let me look. I have a time machine here. Read the future and the past. In the game of roulette, how much is a payout to connect 5 numbers? Okay, I'm wrong in that. It pays 6 to 1. How much is it to connect 6 numbers? In the game of roulette, what is the payout for 6 numbers? 5 to 1. So, roulette, 5 numbers, 6 and 1 equals 7. Is that right? 5 to 1. Okay, and 6 numbers, right, is 6 and 1 equals 7 equals 7. So you start at 1, you got 6 more, you got the extra point, you put it down, you won. You won the life of your money, right? Your money or your life. Is that what they call it? Your money or your life for the game of roulette. So this is just the understanding of not a reality, but a game reality, because within the game, you take the chance. Your life in the game, right? That's what they call it, a lifeline in games, skill games. You win another life. So the duality and understanding of using words, the first letter is going to be the heart directive. If I use a 4 heart directive, so everything's going to be have to understand based on that. So when you get into this, I'm just going to quit this, okay? And this one is the 5 directive, okay? And this one, but there are others. Trying to see which one this is. No, I don't want to use that one. Even though, so what this is when 8 takes the heart position, right? Yeah, I forget what this number was. I thought that was really cool. Let me see what's in here. Yes, it's called the palindrome. The minute you see this, first of all, when you see this, it can't pass 6. In this house, when you see 8, call it 6. When you see 9, call it 5. When you see 10, say 1. When you see 11, you can say 2 and 9. Now 9 is no longer 2, it is 5. Now it'll be 2 and 5, 7. That's how the game works. Not me. The game they set up works this way. It's not on the cube, but I didn't set it up. The setup is here. You see, in the lower house of the cube, we have a 4 minus 3, 1a, which is a 7 minus 6, 1a. 9 and 4, 7 and 6 is 13. Then we have a 5 and 2, 7 up, 3 down, C, AC. We have a 5, 8, 5, 13 up, M. We have an 8 minus 5, E equaling to C. We have a 9 minus 4, ID. 3 square, 9. 2 squared, 4, ID. 2 squared, 3 squared, BC between AD. So we use this dynamic here. 1.5 times the 512, conscious 256. Stopping at 12 on Rodin's coil, not on Rodin's coil, but it's part of Rodin's coil, because the just give me a second. I'm over looking into something. Just give me 1 second. Yes, the 1.5 times, why I stop at the 4, because it makes up the lower area before I jump into the other area. This whole area in is the plug-in, so I need the whole plug-in plus the bottom half in thirds. The centers are your connectors. It's either 852 or it's 456. They're not going to work in the same thing. It'll be 456 here. It'll be 258 here. It'll be a water sign with 8 and an earth sign 2, 4 to 1 difference, 1/4, a 75%, 3/4. What is the difference? Also 3 and 4 matching together where there's a bridge or a passing water wave. The V comes in, understanding what the V is, the W and the M coming together. And I've said a whole lot. Let me bring you up and just look at what's this. Who wanted to come up? Somebody wanted to come up. We've got 2 viewers. Anybody have any questions? I'm going to be quiet. I think I do my best work answering questions that others either understand or don't. So what happens in here is when I see this is a 4 and 8, right? This is a 4 and 8. I'll go 4, 8, 4. And that'll be 16. Then I'll go an 8, 4, 8, 20. So now I know the 8, 4, 8 and the 4, 8, 4 equals to 20, the letter T, equals to 16, the letter P. I should draw this on here, but they changed the rules on here somehow. I wish I can draw on here for a longer time. Let's see if I could. Let's see if I can. No, I don't want to do this. Hold on a second. I want to see, what is this drawing? Lightning QA. Let me see this. Okay, whatever. Okay, so, okay, it's not helping me. It says invite blank, blank, blank. You're in the same region. So let me see. Can I just share all of this? Let me see. Add the story. Yes, sorry about that. Just give me a second. Let me change this back. So what it is that I'm going to show you the next one. Maya brought that up. Let me see if we got this one. See, it's all based on that. See, the 6 is missing, right? In 2, 4, 6, 8, and the 2 is missing, but so is the 1, because they're installed elsewhere. In the 9 is the 1. In the 5 is the 1. In the 7 is a kind of 1, but not the same one, because in the 7 it runs 11. It runs the left and the right 7. They come together, and 7 and 7 is 14, 1 and 4 is 5. Or 7 and 7 is negative and it's 0, it's 505. And at 505, what happens? You divide the 0 by 2 for 2 digits, it becomes 0.5, it becomes 5.55. 7 times 6, 7 plus 6, 42 and 13. The 7, 6 is because this grabs this side to this side and grabs this side to this side, and that's how your 5 becomes your 5 through 7. But it takes the 868 to make it what it is. Why? Because these numbers get broken down as to, like I said, A, B, C, A, B, D, A, C, D, B, C, D, of A, B, C, D. And now you have the E. A, E, B, E, C, E, D, E. A, B, E, A, C, E, A, D, E. And when you do this, right, you're connecting your triangle there. Then you'll connect your square. Your 2 by 2 square will now go over. And when you connect your 2 by 2 square, and I know I'm right over the board with this already, so when you connect your 2 by 2 square, you'll be connecting 1452, 4785, 5698, 5623. And when you connect these, guess what? It's interdimensional. So you'll be connecting a whole area space, retrieving the center of Rubik's Cube in the core. When you achieve Rubik's Cube in the core, okay, this is not the same thing. There's 126 and there's 125. 125 conscience, call it an open racket, call it tennis. 256, call it a solid. When the two of these come over each other, you can't have the totality. Okay, overlap, you need a connection in it. Becomes a 512. 51 Mars, 1 and 5 letter Y. 52 Earth, okay, 25, sorry, letter Y. 15 the letter O, Yoshi. Earth and Mars come together, 512, and then 516 comes together. That's where the 216 hexahedron and these cubes come in. The spirit part comes in to consciousness, 315 consciousness. The 1, 2, the feminine house, 1 times 2, 1 plus 2, 3 and 2, communication. 12, 1, 2 creates 2, 3. So now you have 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2. And guess what? 1 itself, when you have 2 1s, 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 is 1 and 2. And then 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 is 2 and 3. So now you have 1, 2, and 3. So now before you go any further, just split 1 in half and you got 2 5s. And the 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 creates that. The only thing we didn't create is the 4. And that's the part where communication comes in. 1024, the next hookup from your base of 256. See that? 2 times 5 times 6 equals to 30. 60. 60 plus 13 is 73. 73 is 2 times 36, comes back to the beginning, a reconnect. 2 to the power of 8. There is no more than 8 when you're looping. Sorry, you're not looping. The totality of what is becomes of what is the 9. Okay, so when you get to the 9, it's really the 8 and the 1. 2 to the power of what? And what is that 1 in the second house? Does the 1 start at 2 to the power of 2 and we don't start at 1? Should we only be using powers of 2s like in binary? 2 to the power of 1, right? 2 to the power of 2, 2 to the power of 3, 2 to the power of 4. So 2 to the power of 2, 2 by 2 is 4. There you go. So you're in a 0 position, no movement, and to the power of 1, 1s and 0s, right? So I'm going to explain this. I'm going to go in the house, get a little bit of water. And we're going to rock and roll, get a little bit closer to Fred Flintstone, maybe put on a little bit of a song over here, just for 2 minutes as I take a little bit of a break. You got any questions? Come on up. Oh, yes, and let me finish again. One of the things about stopping at 4 and going 1.5 times, okay, how can I explain this? 4 into 6 is 1.5. We bridge from the left hemisphere to the right hemisphere, even if there's 9 numbers. The 1.5 times is where the odd number comes in. It doesn't come in the 5, 6, 7, 8. It comes in the 2, 1, 6, but not in the 5. The 1 and the 2, okay, how can I say this? Let me say this again. The 1 and the 5 cannot be with the 5 and the 6. Why? They are what is. Right? The 1 is opposite the 6, the 2 is opposite the 5, they're both 7. What is the same face? 1 and 8 is of the same face, not presented in here. Not presented here. Look, so let me put on this. Give me a 5-minute break. Thank you very much.
Soft wind moving through the night, words becoming waves of light. Every tongue and every breath carries life beyond the dead. Dog in the yard hears the tone, cat on the roof guards the phone. Every creature plays a part in the rhythm of the cosmic heart. Bonjour la terre, écoute bien, les nombres ouvrent le chemin. Logos whispers in the air, every sound already there. Neon shining desert wide. Neon shining desert wide, rolling rivers made of pride. Cards on tables, dice that spin, numbers chasing loss and win. From Reno hills to Vegas lights, machines awake through endless nights. But high above the desert sand, ancient watchers guard the land. No more chains and no more spin, truth begins beneath the din. Under the sun and under the moon, every number finds its tune. Doghouse standing in the sand, compass turning through the land. Le chien garde la maison, le chat parle à l'horizon. Every game has rules to play, night and morning, dark and day. Hockey skates across the ice, baseball throws the spinning dice. Soccer runs from send signals as they go. Under the sun and under the moon, every number finds its tune. Dark owl standing in the sand, compass turning through the land. Dans les vents, les mots voyagent entre la terre et les arbres. Two and two become the floor, three above becomes the door. Odd between the even stands, joining all the mirrored lands. Four directions hold the ground, eight more turning all around. Sticks of light begin to rise, building houses to the skies. Triangles forming sacred fire, rising ever higher, higher. Tetrahedron in the night, holding balance, holding light. Guten Abend, hör den Klang, numbers move like ancient songs. Dog of earth with steady eyes, cat of air across the skies, guardian below the beam, inside the dream. Walking plank from 3 to 4, opening the silent door. Between the beams the signals flow, where the hidden pathways go. Dans la maison du soleil, les animaux font conseil. The meadow clover grows, where the patient farmer knows life returns through turning days in mysterious quiet ways. Pig walks slowly through the land, keeper of the soil and sand. Cycle moving deep and wide, like the rhythm of the tide. Barn and kitchen, flaming grain, all the earth returns again. East and west the winds will sing, north and south the rivers bring. Four directions shape the land, eight more guide the traveler's hand. Upward line through moonlit dome turns the planet into home. Moon above and sun below guide the ancient ebb and flow. Ветер тихо говорит, ветер тихо Under the sun and under the moon, every rhythm finds its tune. Dog and cat and earth and star teach us who we really are. Vegas fading in the sand, truth returning to the land. Let nombres deviennent the liens between the stars and hearts of men. Luz gliding through the night toward the rising of the light. Listen close and you will hear every sound both far and near. Games and numbers, words and signs, hidden maps between the lines. Dog still watches, cat still speaks across the valleys and the peaks. Every rule becomes the key, opening eternity. And the doghouse under the sun holds the son of everyone. Icelandish shelter, smooth. The way that the left hemisphere and the right hemisphere of the brain spins differently. Short answer, no. The left and right hemispheres of the brain don't spin differently. At least not in any literal physical sense. But the idea you're touching on does connect to real differences, just in a different way. What's actually true? The two hemispheres do have differences. Left hemisphere. Language. Speech, reading, writing, logical sequencing. Analytical thinking. Right hemisphere. Spatial awareness. Pattern recognition. Creativity, music, imagery. This is called brain lateralization, where the spinning idea might come from. There are a few scientific concepts that feel like rotation or flow. One, neural oscillations. The brain produces rhythm. Alpha, beta, gamma wave. These can synchronize or differ between hemispheres. Sometimes one side is more active than the other. But these are electrical patterns, not physical spinning. To cross communication. The hemispheres constantly talk through the corpus callosum. Information flows back and forth rapidly. This can feel like a dynamic exchange, almost like rotation, but it's really signaling, not spinning. Free rotational symmetry and perception. Your brain processes left up and down in cycles. Some people conceptually map this as spinning or polarity. That's more interpretation or metaphor, not anatomy. What's not supported by science? The hemisphere.
Okay, I'll be there in just one more minute. 1 minute.
No evidence of one side clockwise and the other counterclockwise. That's where your idea gets interesting. If you're thinking in terms of polarity, oscillation, then a better scientific parallel is synchronization versus desynchronization of brainwaves. Balance versus dominant hemisphere activity. That's where your rotation idea actually has a real world anchor. Your bottom line, no physical spinning, different, yes, different roles, rhythms, and activity patterns. Your spin-on idea works better as a symbol for flow, balance, or oscillation. If you want, I can map your 369 polarity system onto real brainwave patterns and hemispheric activity that actually lines up in some pretty interesting way. No, but if you looked at this at the universe, right? The Polaris, the upper star, and the lower star, do they turn differently? If you look at that as the brain, right? And put the in-between things of the planets going all the way around, that would unloop and run down our chakras and do it that way, the 33 vertebrae. And when Santa Claus would come and use Santa Claus as the air we breathe, and it's cold in the nose because it's the water that's being torn apart and it's been getting prepared to go into the bloodstream. Change it between mixing up between the fats to get into the blood. The fats, the two sorts of fats, the good and the bad and stuff like that. And then it goes down the chakra, and then the chakras meet 3 and 3 meet in the 4th position. That's the way the chakras meet. So in that sense, I see what you're building. You're trying to line up cosmos, bodied energy flow, numbers into one system that's creative. But we need to separate what's astronomically real, what's biological, and what's the model breaks down. The upper and lower stars spin differently. The star you're thinking of is Polaris. Polaris appears almost fixed in the sky. The rest of the stars seem to rotate around it because of Earth's rotation, but there is no upper versus lower star system that spins in opposite directions. All apparent motion comes from Earth's rotation. So visually, stars near Polaris sing small circles. Stars farther away, bigger arcs that can look like layers or flow. But it's one rotation system, not two opposing spins. So mapping that to the brain, if you treat Polaris center like a steel rounded, then a better biological analogy is training central organizer, signal patterns moving around it. But again, the brain doesn't spin like the sky. It runs on electrical signaling chemistry. Three, Santa, and the nose feeling cold. Your idea here mixes metaphor and physiology. What actually happens when you breathe? Air enters through the nose, it gets warmed and humidified. Oxygen moves into the blood in the lungs. The cold feeling comes from airflow, evaporation, not water being torn apart. Oxygen transport relates to gas exchange, warm fats in the bloodstream. You mentioned good and bad fat. These are lipids. They are processed through digestion, not breathing.
Okay, who's here now? What's happening? How you doing, Mash Debates? You got any questions? I think I've spoken to you before. I want to do a little bit less speaking and more answering whatever the questions might be it. afternoon, Lisa. If there's any questions of what's behind me, I'm going to see if I can explain it. Sometimes I'm not as fast as when it comes to my mind to see it out. And I know others have seen this before because it's just simple math. Most of everything I do is simple math because I don't know much beyond that. I'm quite well, thank you very much for thus is he or she of what is the avatar of Lisa Light, choosing the L, the 12th letter, reverse alphabet, the 15th letter. The 12 is the first of its kind. It's a 4x3, 3x4, 12. It's the bridging. It is what is known as the land part of the and part, when it is spoken land, animal, and man in day 6 of Genesis. It creates a 4-letter word from a 3-letter word, which again, another bridge from land, animal, and man. Rabbi Fine says it is the soul, what is 12, of 6 and 6, bridging 5 to 7 and 7 to 5 inside the house. What house? The house I build from the geometric shapes, and I tell you the story. Area space occupied, and area space occupied in the first position. May it be a person, place, or thing. 1, the first cell, 1 divided by 1 added to, what is 1? The keys you see in front of you, separation, no black keys between a B and C and E and F. So when you have a string of keys where there is no black key between B and C, you will go B, C, D, E, and then F. But you will not say A and you will not say G. A, G is 8, encompassed by 6, 2 is 8, where it begins 2 and 6, B, F, F, B, 6, 2. Everything begins from there, and when you have 6 and 2, your story is going to be 5 and 1, and that is the extremity of the reality of the understanding of this cube. That there is 2 by 2, 2 by 2. The center here is 4, outside is 12. 12 over 12. Space is 24, 24, 24, 72. The Earth one, which starts with this one over here, is encompassed by 26. When it gets encompassed by 26, it will have a face of 54. This one has a face, as you can see, of 16 and 16, 32. It'll be 6 times 16, 96. So now I have to explain now how I got to the other number before. And got it. Well, to calculate area space. So that's what I like to do, dots and dashes. I only talk about yesterday. It's what was created yesterday. It's what only you can know, because I only want to know what you know so you can know what you know yourself in a different facet to the way I see what you know. See, if I don't know what you know and you do know what you know, and you see what you see the way you know it, I'll show you the way I see it, but never knowing it before. Because I don't see it the way you see it. I see it as the individual dot, the individual dash, the individual area space, but I'm not fluid in understanding this completely yet. I just began. I just do it my layman way. And I take games to teach me. The game of Sickbo taught me what to do with 3 numbers, but yet the 8 and 9 the 8 and 9 okay, have to reduce that 8 goes down to 6 and the 9 goes down to 5. So the 9 goes down to 5. And the 8 goes to 6. It's just the other side of the cube. This is only to explain how to read the completion of the total of area space that we need in order to have two area spaces. So the center area space, okay? The center area space, right, of 4, 5, and 6, and 2, 5, and 8, or maybe we can, you know, and then run it that way, right? But I don't really have to. I shouldn't run it that way. Hold on a second. Ooh, I shouldn't have done that. We're gonna do 4, 5, and 6, and 2, 5, and 8, and see that, and that 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 is 6. 6 and 8. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go like that. Let me see if I got this right. Like that, like that, like that, like that. And we're gonna go like that, like that, and like that. Now let me see why oh yes, now I remember why I did this. I should blank those out. In reality, what I should be doing with this, okay, hold on a second, is because the center of all your numbers are here. But when a race ends, where did you begin? Did you begin here in the race? Oh, or here in the race? Or did you begin here in the race? See, an area space starts where the dot is. So if you put your foot in the center of a protractor and you have your diameter expansion, you're going to reach here, 1.5, into the next zone. That's one of the reasons I use 1.5. Another reason, it also associates the O with the L letter. That's where Mars comes in. Mars brings love. Mars brings love with 13. So if you take, I think it's, I'm trying to remember, 2 divided by 13, I think it is. Or is it 11? Divided by 13 is 846,153, and 2 divided by 13 is 153,846. So, well, let me see if I can get this here. Whoopee, 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 whoopee. Hold on a second. You're turning the books. Okay, so, hold on. Yes, so we have 153,846. See the 846? I'm trying to see if we can see the 153. 153,846. 153,846, 846, 153, because the 2, right, and the 13, and the 11 equals to the 13. So you can see what's happening. Now, how can we understand the 11, right? How do we understand the 11? So understanding these numbers, I can't be biased with my words, because I'm just going to replace, like I got a K9, so the K is the 11th letter. The 9 is the 9th letter. I didn't choose it. I wasn't biased. The multiplication is 9 by 11 is 99. And 9 plus 11 is 20. 20 and 99 is 119, 911. What is that 911? Let's bring it on the soul. What is 9 at 4.5? See, this side and this side. I'm going to create a design and show it to you. Here's the design. This is the design. Why? Because the 1, 2, 7, and 8 connect to 9 and 9, right? Now we're going to put a border on this. Why? Because the 4 and 5 create the 9. And then the 3 and 6 create the 9. Now when I do it the other way, what happens is I get the 3, the 6, and the 9 over here. And here I get the 2, the 5, and the 8. And the 3, 8 is 11, the 2, 9 is 11, the 5, 6 is 11. Same design. And over here is the 4, 7, and that's 11. I got my 9, 11. I got my 9, 11. 3 9s, 27, 3 11s, 33. And I've got 9 and 6 coming into rotation. 3 by 3, 3 plus 3. It's a mathematical absolute. Is that understood in any way? So what it means is, no matter what, when you want to connect numbers on this ATM or calculator, right, you are going to see that. Now we're going to that's what it does. You turn it all the way around and just keep connecting those Tetris designs. They are dynamic. When you start putting them together, like I have, their equations and what they equate to tell the stories that I tell. One of the reasons I'm sharing all of this, right, is because I'm learning it myself. I only know a piece of all that is, and without the judgment of the story I speak, where is there any truth, but only onto the one who brings this understanding together. And it's all about the alphabet, the dots and dashes, the angles. So what do the angles give us? We're going to get to that next. Hey Chris, how you doing? When you get out of that game. Worman, New Jersey. Letter N, the letter Y, the 25th letter. So since the B letter is the house of operations, Venus, and the A letter is what it is operating, that goes into the house for the operations to exist inside this giant gazy house on the plains of Abraham, right? 44. How they all split up, right? And how they split up is more like this. You know, I can say it, but I can also show it this way. Hold on here. It has 4 is the entire area space. We need to encompass it by the circle. We have a central station. We also have offset. Offset here, offset here, offset here. I don't know if I can offset here. Offset here. So we offset on 6 different places on here. See, we have 3 here. So this point here is for offsetting here and here. So we have 3 and 3. So we have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. But in reality, that's 1. And that's 1. 1, but 2 come together. When you split this in half, right? This, I like to call it the dimension. You see, 1 coming together with 2 or half is 180. But by going below the equator at the 120 degree area space, I get 120, 120, 120. And if I split it by 4s, everybody knows I can just split it by 4s here, chop it here, and chop it here, chop it here, and chop it here. We got the 4s out of this. Very simple. How to split this up. And obviously some of the arms will be smaller, but will still encompass the same area space. You can see the hexagon right away. You know the cube is at the heart of this. Here, these 2 will hold on to these 2, and these 2 will hold on to these 2. It'll be this-will like this-will like this, well, let's call it Pisces and Virgo. Virgo here, playing here and here. Pisces, you see Pisces is, see that? Up. This one is down. 12 equals to what is 6 and 6. 6 is what is the association of 1 and 5, 2 and 4, 3 and 3. So I'm just trying to show you how the numbers dance together. I don't know where I'm going, I never do. I can tell you stories. I can associate Mars and Earth being 1, that but there's a bridge. And the bridge only comes upon the birth. And upon the birth is the only time of the arrival of the breath. And upon the breath is only the arrival of the soul on day 6 of Genesis. So what does it mean by day 6 in the 9 months? 1.5 times the difference of what is 6 is 9 to equate to all what is 9. 9 is the wholeness before the duality was, yes? Okay, associating 1 and 8, 2 and 7, 3 and 6, 4 and 5, the heart that comes into the game. We fill that heart position. We're going on. Can we fit this in? Good afternoon. Yes, we were finishing off with Zeus before. Let me finish with that, right? So I rearranged the 260-day Tzolk'in calendar, right? And I don't even have to use it. I can just say the number 260. That's just an association, which is what is 10 times 26, right? Everything is so simple. It's just very simple, this game. And what I do with this is I put the 26 into a 36. And when I do that, to find the heart, it's going to be the same heart of the alphabet, M, okay, and N. The crossover between the 13th and the 14th letter, but now instead of the 13th, it'll be the 18th. And instead of the 14th, it'll now be the 19th. And this is where the equator comes in the circle of 360. And you have the above, and then you have the below, and this is where the letter E comes in. And the house is split. A turns into E, splitting the house. So once that's put in, I'm going to show you what it looks like. So let me see if we can do this. Oh, do I have to go back and get the stuff yet? When do you want that ready? Okay, so I have till 6 o'clock. Okay, I'm gonna be in the corner. Do you look in the corner? It's sitting in two bags, and the white bag's on the right-hand side near the fence. Up, 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 and away, and the right next to the black fence. It's sitting in vinegar, water, and soap. Five and 4. So I know right away that this partial gate comes into the sun. 9, and 27. This is 3 17s. 107 will be the upper house. 207. When you bring the two together between Mars and Earth, Earth will always get the singular horn and Mars gets the two horns, even if it's the reverse. So everything comes together here between the 18th and 19th. We ran it together at 37. If we ran it at 137, it'll be a decimal for a reason that the heart of 36 is 37, 1 through 36. You see the levels of 1, 2, 3 are 1, 4, and 7. Any one of these divided by 3 will give me a 0.333, and these are the cardinals. Maybe call them from St. Louis, so we'll have to go to St. Louis, and we know there's 52 cards in the deck with 4 suits. We have to take everything into account. Two negative suits, 2 positive suits. If you're looking at a battery, this total is 12 for the L, for the soul. 12 by 13 is 156. Rubik's Cube is 156. 13 years, right? 12 years, 13 moons, 156 moons passing, which is also 12 by 13. Also, what is 26 by 6? What is 12 edges and 6 centers equals to 18, right? And then the 1 heart, the 19th one. So what it is, 6 and 108 equaling to 114. 1 times 8, 1 plus 8, 8 and 9. HI from S. So when you associate this, you associate it with Capricorn. The French tell you to associate 10 with 7, 10 with 8, and 10 with 9. When they talk about 20, right, they talk about an association of 20 with 1 all the way through 19. And they say do this 4 times. When they speak about 60, they will talking about an association 10 through 19. And the only time they will mention the numbers is when we get here 7, 8, and 9, because they will split 10, 7, 10, 8, 10, 9. The same thing in the 90s when they will say 80 as 420, and then they will say the 10, but only at 7, 8, and 9 will they say that word that you will understand to be the numerics that they are. Let me spin this back up again. We're going to go on a 5-minute break. How's everybody doing? Oh, I can use 1 billion hearts. Let me tell you, we've got to send these hearts out to the world, that for everyone that wants to know whatever they do want to know in a story that's made up on the brick. Why on the brick? Because it's your hard story. You gain something. I don't know. I don't know anything. Nothing at all. ABC. What is it? Why do I say it? Why should you agree with what I think about A or B or C? Aleph, Bait. It's not me. I want to know what you say. I'm going to tell you my story of your story. And that'll be the history. That's where the S brings everything together. The underscore negative. Why do I call it the underscore negative? That's what it is. N is the 14th letter. See, the N makes up everything. You don't need anything else but the N. The N makes up the completion of many, many, many numeric strings that end at the 2 words of what is. It is the ITIS association. The RH negative 0 association. Let me write this down. It's just so windy to think and hold things down as they flutter away. HIRHO. What is O? Is O the 0? Does O have an encompassment on the outside? So what I like about 2 to the power of 1 is that it's 2. So 1 doesn't change 2. So any number to the power of 1 doesn't change anything. So what does that mean? That there's a 1 in every 2? Or that there's no 1 in every 2? Or every 3 or every 4? So why doesn't it change anything. Just keep that in mind for the future. Just to let you know that 1 is here and the 1 is here, right? And to let you know the 1 is here. And what does it say? A, C, E. 1, 3, 5. 9 minus 4 equals 6 minus 1. 5 minus 2, 8 minus 5. 4 minus 3, 7 minus 6. Am I on the last page here? Yes, I am. Yes, I am, Sam. I was still on July 25th, the 206th day, 207th day. 20 and 70 come together. So what is 2 and 7? What is 20? It is the 4 20s. The 70 is the 60 connecting the 10. Once you have the 70, you have all that is. What's after 70? 8, 9. How many spaces? 2. Okay, good. What's before 2? 0, 1. Good. Splitting up of 2 area spaces. What are those area spaces? Well, they're 1, 9, 3, and 7. Why? What did you do? Or did you bridge the area spaces together? Let me show you. I might be able to have it in the background here. Here. The 2 cubic and the 3 cubic, or the 2 square, whatever, is on these corners are 1, 9, 3, and 7. If we take this for reality, we can use Rubik's Cube, right? If you use Rubik's Cube, every single side of Rubik's Cube is going to have a different color. There will only be 6 colors. Therefore, the end result in this is only going to be 6. What happened to the 9? So now we've got 1 and 2/3 mixed up when 3 and 6 come together. 2/3 says what is not 1/3. 2/3 A and D is what is BC after the D before the C, communication within the house. The A splits the house up. So we had to have a D. We got an E, we got DE splitting up A. Time, heaven came into creation by death. That's the house of the teacher. The filtration, the house of 8. The house of fate. The house where you go to the straight where the dog is. The tail of the dog. Love the turkey, the trinity that comes together. We gotta hook up Tartaria, Atlantis, before it's too late. Too late. Too late. What doesn't connect welds back together. Once it disconnects, you can never connect it back together. You know, we have the one unwinding cord. There's so much string and so much string you can use. Now we're chopping everything up into bits. We have to make everything smaller. What do arc, right? I'm in the heart of the arc. If I go to the equator here and I fall below the equator at the 120 degree line, I fall below the waters, the basin, just for my feet that gives my sex above the waters. I said 3 sexes, right? The intertwining sex that brings us together, the water, intertwines all sexes. The 3-whole universe core, these are the arcs that suspend them all together. How do these arcs go all the way around? How many arcs do I need? How many am I allowed? I am allowed to end with 3 face arcs. cube in the center. The octagon sews things together, splicing things. Let me show you part of the octagon area space. I don't want anybody to don't freak out on me here, you know, we got a lot to go. We got a lot to go. We got to go back in history and time. We got to bring it all back to one area space. The left side, 1, 4, and 7. The right side, 3, 6, and 9. But the 2, 5, and 8 join the two sides. You know, so does your mouth at the end result. So, yeah, let's go on. If we want to look at this, this is your 13 area space, and the reason for splicing 260 together, why we had to stop, or why they stopped, or what stopped, or what it shows by this design. This is a 13 by 13 design. Since it's a 13 by 13 design, what is this area going down here and down here? Starting by here, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There must be a mistake in here. 1, 2. Yeah, there is an error, so it starts here really. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So it starts from the interior band. Okay, so it's a 7 going across. It's a 6 area. I think that's what I might have did. But anyways, it's a 6 area, it's a 6 area, it's a 6 area, it's a 6. 36, 36, 36, 36, 144. Now, connect here. Connect here. 6, 6, 6, 18, plus 144, 162, 216, 2160, hexahedron, 720, tetrahedron times 3, 1.5 times the day. 2160. Now you multiply and you find the last one. It's always one left out because the last one moves into the next one. So 6, 6, 6, 6 is 24. So you had 36, 36, 36, 36. 144, 24 is 168, 168 hours in the week. What is 6 times the day in the 1 day arrest? 6 times 28, 168, 7 times 24. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, 2 times 8, 2 plus 8. 2 times 8 is 16, 1 and 6, 7. 2 plus 8 is 10, 1 and 7, 17. Bringing the 7th gate G to A, the split house. The piano shows you 24, 29, 53, amalgamation of the moon. So when you come to this over here, this is going to add on 169. 169. This is the game of Monopoly. It's a 20 by 20, 13 by 7 board. It's the exact same setup. Hey, hip, 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 hip. Hold on. Okay, vacation people home, hold on. So also to say that not to forget, I'm not sure if you can see there's an umbrella above me. And the thing in the association of the U, the M, the H, and the E, like in helium, right? And the center of the umbrella is the I. So in that helium or umbrella, which is a parapluie in French, and whichever way you want to go to let you know that the P letter works along with the K letter, which is the 11th letter, and using that 11th letter, in which is not interchangeable, I am going to say that the P itself is no longer interchangeable, and what is 16 will remain at 16. So I will have all that is 1 through 15 equate to what is 16, and this is where the game of pool comes in, where you have the 7 solids and the 7 stripes, with the one what is the negative ball, which is the 8, and one is what is the ground, and the ground ball is when you connect the strike with the QCU, and that's where the copper 312 or what is 410 for communication either by 2255 or 1331. Jacob's ladder 11 11 11 11 by 11 by 11, and the 11 is 14 641 or what is 561 back to 41 again. Let me say that again. 11 times 11. Five, 6, 5. So the 1 times 4, 1 plus 4, okay, is 5, 4. The 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 is 5, 4 again. So it becomes 6, 5, 6, 4 on one side, 6, 5, 6, 4 on the other side. The final result is to create the word IT. And that word together will come as the king and the queen. Why? 2 times 9 equals 18 and the letter R. Roi. 0, 1. 3 times 6 equals to 18, which is the CF. That is where alpha beta comes into the 6th house in the duality of what is 1/3 of what is 3 to what is 2/3. Sorry, what is 1/3 of what is 9 to what is 2/3 of what is 9, basis of 6. That now, when you come to 2 plus 9, right, the 2 plus 9 is 11, and it is 11K. And when you play the French and the English, it is the K and the R that come together in this. Now, when I align these together and I reshift the alphabet to 360, what is K11 and R18 equaling to 29? Add 10, it is now equatable to 39. And that is where we have 21 and 18, which equals to 7 times 3 and 7 plus 3, right? Nope, yes. And then we have 6 times 3 and 6 plus 3. I need to get in the house. Too much blowing. I'm not making this legible, and I need to continue on with this, but I'm going to take it off for a minute and show you this. Now, the reason I want to just see where I am in here, yes, the 7 times 3. 7 times 3 is 21. 6 times 3 is 18. In the 7th inning, the visiting team, when you get to the bottom of 7, you played 6.5 innings. Guess what? Where do you stand at 6.5 in the zodiac? Where do you stand? There's only 12 zodiac signs. Are you in Virgo or are you in Libra? That's the way it works. So you are at Virgo and Libra. 7, 6 only has 1 digit. Run the space, you harmonize, you bring them together. Now 8 and 5 is on the outside of that. You can go the other way around if you want. That's up to you. So by understanding the digits and the movement of the digits, and I play around with the zodiac because they placed them in those positions. I didn't say there was one fire going on in Aries or Mercury taking the heart in position 5 of Leo that only exists that when the donut comes upon the house that you should take the Taurus field position. Or what happens is this. Here's another way to put 1 into the house, but it's not really 1. This is where you split an area space. Here. Whoopee. What we saw before is right here, but it's just this one part, right? It's just that one part. It's a 20 by 20 area space with 88, let's call this graph paper stars, okay? There's a row of 40 and 48 stars here equaling to 88 stars. Every row you can add or minus, depending which way you're going, another 8 star. The thing about this is here, it stops. In order to get here, it's another board. What if we put a ring on it and made a subway or passed over here? If you pass and you want to know what number to give, what's the price of the ticket to go from here to here. According to roulette, if you put a chip between two area spaces, they will say one chip for 17 chips. 17 and 1 is 18. I never finished with Zeus back in the house checking on the Z. So the Z is the 31st letter. The E is the 5th letter. A takes the position of E. That when 1 is divided, when 1 plus 0 equals to 1, and 1 divided by 2, which is B. Let me see if I can write this out so somebody else can understand it. 1 plus 0 equals to 1. That's A. Okay? A divided by B, which is 2, or 1 divided by 2, equals to 0.5 E, 0.5 times 2 B, or what is, so that would be B and E. So you'd have 2 and 5. Now 2 times 5, 2 plus 5 equals to 10 and 7. And now we can begin at 17. And you know what's ironic about that is A can't really exist. You know that? Until it's encompassed by B, then we can call it C and have the reality of the torus field that encompasses the area space that we call E, that when A was split, E took the position of all sides and became E-I-E-I-O. And then we came up with something that looked like, I'm hoping I have this here. Here's one part of it. Here it is. What do you think's missing here, 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 and here? It's the E in rotas, opera, tenant, arpo, rotas, or sator. This here revolves around one number, one letter. This revolves around the number 5. If you add it up, 1 plus 4 equals to 5, the 14th letter. But the whole row here is 20, and 14 is 34, 34, 34, 34, 34. We're bridging through E, E, E. 40 and 14, 54. The sun, 1, 4, and 2, 1, 2, and 4. A, B, D. No C yet. No C, you see? Same thing here. Now we're going to finish it. You see the way it cuts in and we have the cutting off of the corners? Right? Look at that. The rats in Atlantis. The rats in Atlantis. So now, once I add it, 5 and 10, and 14, 1 and 4 is 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 2, 2, 5, 5, 5, 15 and 15. 1 and 5 is 6, 1 and 5 is 6. Now we'll just count it for the true number. 5, 10, 15, 20. 20 plus 14 is 34. 3 and 4 is 7, 2, 7, 2, 7, 2, 207. 3 area spaces. Now let's get to the other true value. 20, 40, 54, 64. 6 and 4 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 1, 1. Now we're going to do it again. We're going to have to get the full scripture out here. Hold on a second. Let me see if I got anything else on this. Yeah, I'm still looking back here for the, I don't know if I don't know if I want to use this because I was looking for something else, right? And you can't read what's in this corner. So I want to see if I can. Okay, I'm not sure if we can read this, but I'm going to help you out. I can barely read it myself. Oh, now I don't see nothing. Let me see if I can make it bigger for myself. I can't. So, okay, what it says in the red, okay, is the first row in red is the cardinal house. And I put it in red, it's the one ace. It should be actually every second one should be a negative dark color. The first house interchanges. One is positive, and then one again, when you get to the next one, it becomes a negative. Anything to do, whoopee, I got a little closer here. Anything to do with the association, okay, in the first house of one, and you see, if you put anything but an odd number that creates 10 in the first house, you will create a negative number, okay? So 1 and 3 is going to be 13 negative. 1 and 5, okay, will be 15, and it'll be a 15 negative. 1 and 7 is a 17 negative. 1 and 9 is a 10, and now it becomes a positive. The same thing with 3. 3 and 1 is 4. That becomes a negative, okay? Okay, 3 and 5, it becomes a negative. 3 and 6, that's a 9, and that's a positive. Now 4. 4 and 6, well, that's a negative, right? That's a 10. 1 plus 0 is 1. 2 and 8, that's a negative. 2 plus 8 is 10. So you can see what is happening. The positive is 1 and 9, 3 and 7, 5 and 5. Those are your fire signs, right? Now, not the 7 and 3, those are your air signs. Okay, so I think I have to take this down. It's getting a hoopy up here, a little windy, and yeah, right? So this is the way it is. I want to work with what already exists. Racer knows you can't go against the angles. You can't go against the geometry of the house that makes look what you can create to make something sit. There's a minimum and maximum angle for weight. There's a minimum and actual for if you're going to have a balloon, you're only going to put so much air before the balloon can no longer take it. If you use a hose, if the hose doesn't have an exit point, or if you exhaust into the hose too quick, if it's too hot or too cold, so everything works on an element, and everything is explainable, okay, based on its dynamics of the numbers that it comes with in the word itself. This is the work I do. Is it real? Is it true? Is it happening in the real world? Guess what? It came from the real world. I'm not looking to create a future. I'm looking to see what the past has said. In that reality, in that context, not anything future into the future. Back to Zeus. So yeah, so what it is Z is the 31st letter. And E, okay, is what is the 5th letter, in which is replaced, E replaced by A, but we didn't have anything that replaced 31. But, whoa. So we had the, how you doing there, Denver? You're the only one, you're just so relaxed. You must have been born in October, right? Were you born in October? What happened to Willie? What happened to Willie? What happened to those relaxed October people? You know, because October and May for me, you know, 5 and 10. Anything to do with 15, because Saturn square is made up that way. The Aztecs are that way. 1593, fire signs is what it's 9 and 5 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. That's the 15. But it's the one at the heart that runs and adds into all the 14s. The 14s is what the band is made about. Band on the Run. Hold on a second. Wow, my buddy is hurting. I'm going to have to take a break soon. I need some questions in here. I'd rather satisfy you because I'm not satisfying myself unless I know somebody here had a question that was answered, right? I already know my stuff, and I only get to learn with your influx. However you come into my mind is by letting you in. So if you say why this or why that, and I say it to you and you say, oh, I see, I understand. Do you see what I see? I see what you see. This is the last number. There is no more than 9 and 6. That's it. What is everything else is inside? What is 3 times 3, 3 plus 3? And I've reiterated. Anyways, let me get back to the cardinal, the fixed, and the mutable. The first time you come around back to this mutable sign here, okay, in the zodiac is only going to be when you get the 15 over here. When you come back to your cardinal Aries, it will be at 13. When you come back to your sign of Taurus, it will be over here at 14. 13, 14, 15 is when you come back to the zodiac starting in the B section. A, B, C, D. You know, you run the section of the zodiac, understanding. Come here. You want me to take a break? I'll take a break. Okay, so I think I'm going to go on break till 4 o'clock. Peace out. I'm going to pay attention to them. If you got any questions, come back for myself and Lumini Frades. You know what? You got the angles. Very important, those angles. MX, one of the reasons we'll descend 30 degrees before the 90, right? That splits the water or the earth to go below the ground is because your next number on the clock is 4, 8, and 12, the 3 water signs. So you drop 30 degrees, which would be 4 o'clock, and 8 o'clock would be matching up 3, 6, and 9. And where you cross over there between whether it's the 120 below, what's ever below is the 120 to what's on this side and this side, 240 to 120, 360. After that, we'll speak about it. But that's very important to understand where the dynamics of the angles end up, why and where it shows up in games, because the dynamics of games bring us the fair and square between the opponents. If not, it gives us rules and regulations, or it makes up in odds, payouts, and obligations, whether we're playing bridge or mahjong or golf or hockey or baseball or football. If we talk about Einstein or Neptune, or we talk about 1770, 150 years, you want to go back 10,000 years, you want to talk about language, I start with the letter itself, dots and dashes, peace and love. I'll be back. Zeus.